Hi, baby. Hey, you gonna be in Mommy's video? Hey guys, what's up? So it's Emily here again. I'm going to be showing you today how I wash my diapers and how simple it is to actually cloth diaper and how simple it is to do cloth diapering laundry. Every routine is a little bit different. I'll get into wash routine specifics later into the video and hopefully that'll be able to answer some of your questions. So here we go. I'm just going to jump right into it and show you how I do my laundry. So the very first thing that I like to do before I do my diaper laundry is to grab a pair of disposable rubber gloves, or you could use reusable ones. Right now all I have are disposable ones, and I just keep them right up here in my cabinet in this little mason jar, and I'll grab two out, put it back. And my reason for using these gloves is because I'm just weird and I don't want to really touch the diapers and get anything on me before I start spraying them. So I just like to put these on, and then when I'm done with them I'll take them off and I'll wash my hands really well afterwards. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys my area where I put all of Hudson's diapers from daycare. As soon as he gets home I take them out of his little bag that I give them every day and I put them here in this hamper. So you can see they're just kind of thrown in there. It's an open hamper, and these are just the diapers that are coming home from daycare, and these are the bags that they're sent in. So these are just the bags that they're sent in at daycare, and then they come home like this and they'll wrap them up and put them in the bags. Okay, so now we're in Hudson's room, and I just keep a large diaper pail here. It's metal, and I like that because it won't hold on to stink the way that plastic does. So the way this works, this is the Boobula. It's actually meant for like disposable diapers, I believe, but I like it for my cloth diapers. So you open this up and you stick the diaper in here, you close it, and then you'll push this, and when you push it, it opens it up and it'll drop the diaper in there, and that's just so that you don't ever have to smell what is in there every time you put the diaper in there. But most of the time I just open it, honestly, and I'll shove the diaper in there. So here I have a pail liner, and this is a reusable liner, and I'll just take it and pull it out like this, and you can see there's a good amount of diapers in here. So I'll take that over to the laundry room and I'll just start putting them into the washer. Now all of the diapers that I keep in this bag, they've either already been sprayed off or it's just pee. So all I need to do is put them into the washer. Now the reason why they would already be sprayed off is because these are the diapers that I've changed here at home. So these diapers, since they come straight from daycare and I just take it out of his bag and I throw it in here, I don't worry about spraying any of these off until the end of the week or until diaper laundry day, which is usually the weekend or something. So these ones I do need to go through and see which ones need to be sprayed off. What I'll do is normally I'll put these diapers into the washer first just to get a good idea of how many diapers are getting thrown in there, because I like to have no less than 20 diapers and no more than 30 diapers in the washer, and that helps me decide which wash load setting I'm going to use, if I'm going to use large or super. So for 20 diapers I'll use the large setting, and then for more than 20 diapers I'll use the super setting. So I'm just going to go through these and count them. So I just take the bag and I set it up here while I grab the diapers out, and I take out the inserts before throwing them into the wash. So this is one diaper. So I count the insert and the diaper as one, and I just throw it in there. Same thing with the liners. I just throw the liners right in there, pull out the inserts. And it's just that simple. Okay, so now that I'm done putting the diapers in there, I know I have 12 diapers, so I will know exactly how many to pull from the daycare diaper stash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bag and I'm going to go through it, and I still have this bag sitting here, right? So I'm going to grab his daycare bag, I'm going to open up a diaper, and I'm gonna see if it's pee or if it needs to be sprayed off. So this one's just pee, so I'm gonna throw it in there. So now I have 13 diapers. And now I'm gonna take this wet bag, now that it's empty, I'm gonna turn it inside out, and I'm gonna throw it in there with the diapers. I don't count bags as a diaper. So right now I'm at 16 diapers. Another bag. So here you can see the drum looks about half full with 20 diapers in it. So when it's at about half full, I will put my setting on large. However, I have more diapers, so I know I'm gonna need to use the super setting. So anything over 20 diapers, I use the super setting. So I'm at 20 diapers, and I'm still pulling out more. So here you can see it is almost to the brim. It's about 3/4 full, and that is a good level for the super load for my specific washer. If I go any more than this, there's going to be too many diapers in here. They're not going to be able to agitate each other, and they're not going to have enough room to move around. If I had less than 20 diapers in here, then there's going to be too much water and not enough diapers, and they're just going to be moving back and forth in the water, and they won't agitate against each other. So you need that happy medium of diapers to water so that there's enough room for them to agitate against each other, but not too much room to where they're just floating around in water going back and forth, because you need that texture from the other diapers and materials in here to rub on the other ones to, you know, get a good clean. So most people will say take some sort of stick, and I have this thing here. You can use it to push down on the diapers after there's water in it to check the level and see if there's enough room for them to move around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the washer and put everything in there. I do have my poopy diapers over here that needs to be sprayed off, and because I have 30 diapers here in here already, I'm going to spray these today. However, I won't wash them until, not tomorrow, but until the next day. So a day and a half, because I need to get enough diapers from today and tomorrow to be able to have a full load. Usually at the end of the week, this is my largest load, and then I have to wait to wash the rest of the poopy diapers from daycare, from this week's daycare, next week, but that's okay because I am spraying them off. I'm not having poop sit on them for so long. The longest I'll ever let poop sit on my diapers is about 4 or 5 days. Right now we're at about day 5 for some of them, and less for some other diapers. So it's not really a big deal if you're spraying it off and then throwing them into the diaper pail until your next load, because they're only going to sit like a day or so and you've already sprayed off the poop. So there's really nothing on there at that point other than urine, and that's fine. So now that I have all my diapers in here, I'm going to set my wash setting to hot, and I'm going to turn on my power rinse. That's kind of weird. So let me show you. So I'm setting it to super, hot, cold. I turned the power rinse on, and I'm going to turn it to light whites, because this is a faster cycle than if I were to put it on heavy, and whites is going to be a longer cycle than colors, because usually you want your whites really bright, and you want a longer, your whites washing longer to keep them bright, and colors, you don't want the colors to fade, so it's going to be a shorter cycle. But you need to check your washer manual to see which cycle is the longest setting. So I use light whites because it's longer than color lights as my first cycle, and this first cycle is going to take out all of the urine and just basically give the diapers a really good rinse, and then it's gonna flush that all away, and the washer will turn off, and then I will start another load, and I will do heavy whites, and that load is going to be the more clean load because all that urine is already washed off. So here we go. I have it filling with water right now. This here is borax. It's basically a water softener. It is not a fabric softener. You never want to use fabric softener on your diapers. I have to use half a cup in every diaper load that I do because I have a very hard water, and when you have hard water, it will cause mineral buildup in your diaper inserts, which will then lead to your diapers not absorbing all of the urine because it has so much mineral buildup. It has no ability to absorb anything because it's already absorbed all those minerals. So I'm just going to shake this in here right onto the water so that it dissolves all the way. Put this back. And this is what borax looks like. I just put it in that container. And then I have my Tide right here. So I opened this on December 6, 2017. Today is February 18th, 2018. And look at how much I still have left. So I'm like, it's about, I'd say about 3/4 full. And this is a Costco size Tide. 254 ounces, and it's about like, I don't know, $25 at Costco, I think. So it's 180 loads. For my first load, since it's that fast cycle, I use line 2 if I have more than 20 diapers. I'll use line 1 of Tide if I have 20 diapers. So I'm just gonna dump that in there. And that's all you need to do. So then I'm just gonna let these wash. All right, you guys, so now we are in Hudson's bathroom, and this is the bathroom that I use to spray his diapers, and that I have the diaper spray hooked up into. So let me just show you around a little bit. On the back of the door, I have a hanging wet bag. I'll use this when Hudson is here, and the rare occasion that he does poop at home, I'll spray it off in here. I'll just put it into this bag to hold it onto the diaper for the week. And then I'll just put it back like that. And that's pretty much. And then over here, you're gonna see the shower with the rod hanging up there. And right here, I have this out to show you guys. This is what I use to hang Hudson's diapers on when they're drying. I got this from IKEA, and I have 2 of these, and it's perfect to hang the diapers on. So what I'll do is I'll move the shower curtain out the way, and I will hang it here, and they will dry right here. So I'll have 2 of them hanging to dry. Over here I have the toilet with the toilet sprayer. I have some extra like creams and stuff in here. And then right here I have this little tool called a spray pal. And what this is what I use to help me spray off the diapers and not get poop and water sprayed all over the room. So I will show you how to use this in the video. It's a great tool to have. You can get it on Amazon. So now I'm gonna show you how to spray these diapers. So if you don't like poop, warning, there is going to be poop in this video. This is your warning now. You can skip watching here, or you can watch at your own discretion. I'm gonna take this tool that I use, and I'm just gonna stick it into the toilet like this, and you can lift the toilet up and stick it in there. However, I like to keep it down because when it's in there like this, it moves around more, and I don't like that, and I find that I tend to splash more. So I'll just stick it in like this because it's a smaller hole for it to move around in. It has a clip right here. It's kind of like a clipboard clip, and you can actually clip the diaper onto there. However, I don't use it because I find I don't need to, and it takes up too much time. Back here, I have the actual diaper sprayer, and it looks like this, and there is a little knob in the back of the toilet to turn it on and off. And I always turn this off when I'm done with it because I do find that they tend to leak a little bit if they are left on the entire time. So that's probably why there's an on and off button. So I'm just gonna turn it on, and now I can feel that it's been pressurized, and I can start using it. So I'll just hang it here on the back of the pail while I'm getting the diapers together. I'll put it there in between when I'm putting the diapers into the actual, the pail liner. So here I have a diaper with poop in it, and this is what I like to call a big boy poopy. And I call it a big boy poopy because it is a hard lump of poop that is easily able to be plopped into the toilet, and it looks like this. And I can actually just take this liner and plop it into the toilet, and it just fell out. And it leaves no residue on the liner, so I will reuse this liner and I'll put it in my wash to wash with all the diapers. So there's no residue on the diaper and there's no residue on the liner, so I don't need to spray this off. I really like when he has these kinds of poops because it is a lot less work for me. So I'm just gonna stick this into the bag now. So now I have another diaper, and this is a more loose bowel movement, and it's more of a peanut butter consistency. You can kind of see it here on the edge of the diaper. So I'm just gonna stick the diaper in like this, and I like to leave the liners in because it weighs down the elastics for me a little bit. So it's easier to get into the elastics of the diaper because sometimes it will be stuck in there. So I'm just gonna push it down, take my sprayer, and I'm just gonna spray down. And I'll take it, I'll pull it up. And then when I'm done, I just squeeze the diaper out as best as I can. So that it's not dripping wet. And I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. You can see there's some staining left behind, and streaking, but it's not clumps of poop. So it's okay to throw in the wash because it's all gonna come out in the wash. So now I'm gonna stick this in the diaper pail. Here's another one. And here I have some cloth wipes. And I do the same thing. I'll check them to see if there's residue on them. And this one is fairly clean, so I'm just gonna stick this in the pail. And this one has quite a bit of residue, so I'm gonna spray this one off. And I just hold it in there. And I give it a quick spray. And I squeeze it out. And as you can see, there's just some staining left behind. And all of that staining will come out in the wash. So here I have another one with quite a bit of residue. And again, the rest will come off in the wash. Really, you just want to get the chunks and the chunks that are on there off, because the rest will come out in the wash. So here's the diaper, and usually it'll get stuck into the creases. I'm gonna spray that. And with this sprayer, with however hard you push on the trigger is how much force is going to be behind the water. So I can have just a trickle of water and easily spray without any splashback, or you can really give it all your force and it will really have a kick behind it, but most likely it will splash back if you use all that force. So I like to use like a happy medium, and then I squeeze it out. And I'm not perfect, I do get some water and splashes here and there, but I just cleaned it up afterwards. And now you can see it's fairly clean, so I'm gonna throw that into the pail liner. So here's another wipe. Here's a little bit of residue on the diaper, and I'm going to just spray that off. And as you can see, it's fairly clean. I finished spraying all the diapers, and at the end of it, I took the sprayer and I just rinsed off the spray pal and got rid of any residue that was stuck to the sides of that spray pal. So I sprayed it off, and then I put the spray pal into my tub, so into the shower that was right next to there, and it sits in there to dry. I turned off the sprayer, the water to it, so that I could spray any remaining water that was in the line and release that pressure from the line. And then so I sprayed that into the toilet, and then I hung it back up, and I cleaned up the area, and I washed my hands really well, and that was that. With all of that I did in there, by the time I was done, the load finished over here in the washer. So now I'm going to show you what I do for the second part of the wash routine, because you do have to wash them 2 times. So now you're going to see here in the drum, all of the diapers are, you know, stuck along the edges of the drum. So what you want to do is you want to peel them off like this. I just hit my head on the cabinet, you guys. So I just peel them off and I make sure I put them back in nice and loosely. So I'm going to peel them off of this side. And I just put them back and make sure they lay nice and loosely in the drum. And the reason for doing this is because if I were to just start the load and let it go, the likelihood of the diapers coming off of the edges would be like slim to none. They'd probably stick to the edges the entire time, and it would defeat the purpose of doing the second wash. So you just want to make sure that they're opened, they're not stuck to the sides and whatnot, and they're loosely in the drum as if you were starting the first load. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna fix them over here and make sure it's even all around the sides. And then I realized, and there was another thing that I forgot to show you. I forgot to show you what the drum looked like with all the water in it and with the stick. So I'm gonna show you guys that this time around. Because this is the second load, I'm going to put the washer on, I'm gonna keep it on super, I'm gonna keep it on hot, cold, and I'm gonna keep it on power rinse, but this time I'm just gonna switch it to heavy. And I do occasionally use warm cold, but when I have a lot of liners that have that diaper cream on it, I use hot cold because it will get that diaper cream off of the liners a little bit better. So now it's going to fill up, and I'll show you what I use the second time around to wash them. I use Tide powder, original powder, and this time around I'm going to use line 4. And if I was doing a large load and not a super load, I would still use line 4, just because there's not much of a difference. So you can see that's about line 4. I'm going to dump it in there right under the stream so that I can make sure that it gets dissolved all the way. So I'm going to grab my borax now, because I do need to use borax for each load that I do. And it's the same thing, I need half a cup. So I just have a measuring cup here that I use specifically for this. I'm going to pour it into that stream again. And here you're going to notice I have like a note, like a sticky note. And what I put on here is my box of borax, but the first one that I used since moving into this house is I opened on 12/6/17, the same day I opened my Tide, and I needed another box by 1/2/18, and then I needed another box by 2/1/18. So I'm kind of just checking my patterns of, you know, how much borax is used a month or before I need the next one. So it gives me a good idea of how much money I'm spending on this, and that's just personal preference. I decided to do that. Now this time around I will put in a scent booster. These are cloth diaper safe. However, be careful when you buy these, because certain ones will say in wash, scent booster, and fabric softener. Do not get the ones that say fabric softener. You only want the scent boost. The reason why you don't want fabric softener in your cloth diapers is because it will affect the absorbency of the diapers, because it's gonna build up. There's gonna be a lot of like soap or fabric softener buildup on your diapers, and they're not gonna absorb anything. So just like the minerals in hard water, building up in those diapers, this fabric softener will do the same thing to them. So essentially it will ruin your diapers, and the only way to fix them is to strip them, which is a very lengthy process and no one wants to go through it, trust me. So I'll use these, and I'll just pour a little bit because a little bit goes a long way. And the only reason why I do this in my second load and not my first one is because, like I said, the first load is the load that's getting most of the residue, the leftover staining and the leftover urine in the diapers out. And then the second load, the majority of that stuff is out. This is just like a really good rinse and soak and wash cycle. So that's why I'll put these in, because I like my diapers to stay fresh and smell fresh. And even if I don't use these, for the most part, they smell clean, but I like when the diapers smell like beautiful, I don't know, fruity cleanness, because then, I don't know, I just like the way it smells. So I only use a little bit, so I think it's like the first line in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, and then I'll just dump it right under the stream again. And as you can see, it's still filling up. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like right now, because this is about what it will look like when I have it on a large setting and I have more than 20 diapers in here. You can tell I can't really push down the diapers that much. Like, there's maybe an inch of water on top, and that is not enough water for the diapers. Over here there's a lot more room, so it just needs a little bit more water, and then it'll be good for my super setting. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer to fill up, and I'll show you what the correct level of water is supposed to look like, because as you can see right now, like, these diapers are not going to move anywhere, you know, like it's very dense. So now you can see when I push down, I get a good, like, thanks baby, I get quite a ways down on this stick here. So this is what it should look like. You should have quite a bit of give, but these diapers should not be floating like solely, like, where they can easily move around. They need to have some give to them. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just gonna, now that you saw that, I'm going to close the lid and let the wash cycle continue. Hey guys, what's up? So as you can see, I have had a wardrobe change, and that is because it is day 2, the following day after washing all of the diapers, and now they are ready to be stuffed, and they've already been hung to dry overnight, and for the most part they should be dry. Sometimes they don't dry all the way, and then I'll have to wait until later on in the night to stuff them, but I checked them and they are dry. So I'm gonna give you guys a clip of how I hang them in that bathroom, and then I'll show you what I do afterwards. Okay, so this is where I hang the diapers to dry, and as you can see, there are not that many hanging right now because I did have to stuff some diapers to send Hudson to daycare with. So I normally send him to daycare with about 10. So these are the all-in-one diapers, or yeah, they're the all-in-one diapers that have a pocket. So they do have absorbent material on the inside, and these take quite a long time to dry. I used to turn them inside out to dry them, but I started getting scared that maybe I'm gonna wear the elastics faster than they should wear. So now I just leave them the way they are and just let them hang longer. And it takes a little bit longer. I'd say probably a few more hours longer, but that's okay, no worries. I have other diapers that I can use in the meantime. So now that they're all dry, I'm going to take them down and put them in a hamper and then bring them into the other room to fold. All right, you guys, so I did forget to show you that I pulled all of the liners out, I pulled all of the inserts out of the dryer, and I basically just separate them. So I just separate the liners and the different types of inserts that I have into piles, just so that it makes it a little bit faster when I'm going through trying to stuff them all. And then I'll do the same thing for the diapers in here. I'm just gonna separate them into piles of what inserts they use. Okay, you guys, so please excuse the horrible lighting in that last clip. So I'm just gonna pull all these out now, and I'm going to separate them into their own little piles. All right, so now that I have them all separated, I am ready to start stuffing them. You guys can take a look here. So, whoop. Really there aren't too many piles because I did stuff quite a bit this morning for Hudson to go to daycare with. Okay, so my all-in-ones, I know what insert goes in them because they have a little tag on it, and I just stuff them like this. So I found the best way to stuff these diapers is to really get your whole arm in there. So I'll show you guys again with the next diaper. So I probably shouldn't have worn a long sleeve shirt because it does make it a little bit more difficult, but I'll just roll my arm up. So here's the diaper, here's the pocket. And remember, this one does already have an insert sewn in on the inside, but I like to have that extra protection. So I take the insert and I grab it at one end and I literally just lay it on my arm, and I open up the pocket with my thumb on my left hand and my forefinger on my right, and I just open it up and shove my arm all the way in there. And then to make sure it's even and not bulky, I like to spread my fingers out like this and slowly pull out against my knee, working my way out to smooth any bumps in the insert, and then it is good to go. After I put the insert in there, I do like to take a liner and put the liner in there before I fold it. This way I don't have to do it every time I'm changing Hudson. So I'll take one of these pre-cut liners that I have and I'll just lay it in there like this, and then I'll fold it. Just like that. And then now they're ready to be put into his little bins underneath his changing table. So I'll just set that down and keep going.